3, 2, 1. Perfect. Welcome back to Lady on the Street podcast, you guys. We're here with another epic episode. And today's guest is a lady who's living out one of my childhood dreams. And I could probably say the same thing for a lot of little girls who grew up in the 90s. When I was a kid, though, I used to think pageantry was all about the glam, the glitz, the gowns, and the crowns. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized the contestants represent so much more. Not only is she drop dead gorgeous as Miss Texas Latina, but she's got a background in STEM, advocates for her community. She's published a children's book, and boy, does she have her own story to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Allegra Rodriguez to the podcast.
Hola, mi gente. My name is Allegra Rodriguez. I'm the current Miss Texas Latina, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me here and showcase like the beauty of Latina woman, but also the intelligence of Latina woman. Because yes, we're so much more than just beauty queens.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's one thing that people probably misunderstand a little bit. I feel like it's gotten better, but back in the 90s, it was all just about like the appearance, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I think like the world's just gotten a little bit better about getting away from that and really digging deep. And you are just so inspirational. I can't wait to hear all about the book and everything. But first, we always start with what are we drinking? And this is like Miss Topo Queen over here.
Yes. Actually, I lost 30 pounds last year from exactly a year ago. So something that has helped me a lot in losing weight is not drinking alcohol. So I do Topo Chicos in social settings and stuff like that, or um, sparkling water, which has
Mhm.
helped me a lot
Yeah.
in social settings. But either that or water.
Yeah. So I'm like an HEB for lifer, so I did the HEB version. Cheers. And mine's grapefruit.
Oh, it's so good. I haven't had this one
N-
before.
They're good. I like them. They have like a bunch of different flavors, but not an ad HEB. Okay, so as we have our mineral water, I just want to start off by reading a small excerpt of something that I found on your socials. And all right, here we go. So you said, being crowned Miss Texas Latina is not just a title for me, it's a symbol of survival, hope, and the endless possibilities that await when we dare to dream. Tell me a little bit about that story of survival. I know you came here when you were 13.
Yes, I'm originally from Mexico, Tamaulipas. I came, yes, looking for a better future for myself and my siblings, but also running away from domestic violence at the hands of my father. It was not easy to leave home and everything I knew, but things happen for a reason. I wouldn't change my life for anything. I'm like, oh, it has happened so much in my
Yeah.
life, but God gave me that life for a reason. So that was my calling and make a change and impact with that. Um, I even in my last year of high school, I had to live in an immigrant house with like a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it was really hard. I didn't have anyone to drive me to college. So I actually asked for rides and stuff like that, and nobody wanted to take me to college. Um, I'm already like, we just
Yeah.
started.
I
You made me
know.
cry.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But I'll call her my guardian angel. This teacher, she's not even my actual teacher, but it was just one of the teachers of the school, and she took me to college. She also bought me a bed set. I didn't have anything. Like
Yeah.
I had my clothes in trash bags
Yeah.
because I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And she bought me a bed set, like a headlamp so I could study at night. We still keep in touch.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for her, maybe I would have been Miss San Antonio Latina and now Miss Texas Latina. So I'm
Yeah.
so grateful for her. Um, then, coming to San Antonio, I didn't have anyone or anything. I didn't have a car. I didn't have money or anything. So I would always have to walk to school, walk to work, and stuff like that. Then affording college was also another struggle.
Yeah.
I didn't have the support from my parents or anyone. Even though I had good grades at school, I ended up losing my scholarship because I started with civil engineering at UTSA,
Hmm.
but I always wanted aviation. I couldn't take that out of my head.
Yeah.
So I switched roles into Hallmark University College of Aeronautics,
Hmm.
and that's where I lost my scholarship because the scholarship wasn't transferable.
Yeah.
It was only with the university. And I studied power plant and airframe. Today I have 3 degrees. Two of them are those.
Yeah.
And right now I work with one of the largest aviation companies in the world. And actually, I just applied for a job. Hopefully, I get the news next week. Just to grow in the aviation field and inspire other girls, to dream big. And I'm still advocate for STEM and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I go to schools, write children's books,
Yeah.
which called Barbara's Adventures, and inspire those little girls to show my story, um, and be inspiration for them.
Yeah. What an amazing accomplishment. And I don't know how you did that, right? Like at such a young age. So tell me that when you came, was it just you by yourself or did your siblings come with you? And did you come straight to San Antonio?
No, so I did high school in Hidalgo Early College High School, which is in the Valley,
Okay.
and I came with my sister. The first or 2 years she was with me, and then she went to college. So
Hmm.
then at some point I was alone. I
Yeah.
was living with different families actually at the beginning. Um, I'm so grateful that they opened up the doors for me.
Yeah.
However, we were never a good match. They were not very patient with me because um, I would not open up with them.
Yeah.
I was always like so quiet. They're like they will get frustrated, um, and like that. I think like for someone that is adopting or stuff like that, I think this brings a good life for them, showing them that they have to be more patient with those kids
Yeah.
because they're not patient. They're like, love me already, like get
Yeah.
attached to me already. No, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Especially because I wanted to be quiet. I was like, I don't want to do anything wrong. I don't want to be sent back to Mexico where
Yeah.
I got hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would do my best to stay out of their way.
Hmm.
Didn't know that that's what they wanted for me to be
Yeah.
close to them. But the last year of high school, like that was actually one of the best families I had. Um, I was alone by myself already. And they're like, we're having marital problems. So they're like, we cannot have you here anymore. But I know it's your last year of high school. The lady knew somebody that had an immigrant house. So we call it immigrant house,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know what I
Hmm.
mean. And I started living with them. I can't even count how many people I lived there in that
Yeah.
house. It was a two-bedroom house. It was this big, probably like half of this room,
Yeah.
and we were just crumbling there. But I knew I had to do that
Yeah.
just to accomplish my dream.
Yeah. I'm getting so like just teary-eyed here because I to see all that you've done so far and like it's still just the beginning for you, right? But geez, the perseverance, like, and I guess I just wondered, do you have any connection with your family like back in Mexico?
I still talk to my mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Don't. I mean, this is so important. Yeah.
It is. It's good to bring light into these problems.
Hmm.
Um, and you know what? Like, it wasn't until last year that I started talking about
Yeah.
my domestic violence story.
Hmm.
I was always told to be quiet, to be ashamed of it. Um, and then I competed for Miss Texas Latina, and I was like, I talked to my coaches. I was telling the, I was like, I hope the judges like me.
Yeah.
Answers. No, that's not what they want. They want a genuine person,
Yes.
a role model. So they're like, "What's your story?" They got tired of me. They're like, "Tell me your story. I know you want me to hear that,
Yeah.
but that's not it.
Yeah.
I know you have something. Tell me what
Mhm.
it is."
Mhm.
And it wasn't like until like the third coaching session I told them, and they even share like their own stories. Actually, I just saw Coach Kelly yesterday at Miss Texas USA, and she's the one who told me about her story of domestic violence as
Mhm.
well. And I was like, you know what, I should talk about this. And I talked to my mom about it. I'm like, hey, can I talk about this?
Yeah. Hmm.
And after her being divorced and all that stuff, she's more relaxed about it. And she's like, you know what, if that's going to help you
Yeah.
heal, because it's part of healing too,
Oh yeah.
recognizing your story and be proud of it. It's
Hmm.
part of healing. So yeah, she gave me permission. Although there was a year we didn't talk because she's very conservative. Um, she wants me to be like out of danger and stuff like that.
Right.
Dress some kind of way sometimes.
Yeah.
Moms,
Yes.
Latina moms especially.
Oh yeah.
But
Hmm.
I needed her more than ever, and
Yeah.
especially competing for Miss Texas Latina.
Yeah.
And something that also brought us close was the recent death of my grandpa and my grandma, who
Okay.
passed away a couple months ago. Um, you know, and it's so hard being away from our families. Um, they're over there in Mexico. I didn't get to say goodbye.
Yeah.
You miss a lot of events of the family, weddings, graduations, quinceañeras,
Yeah.
and the last goodbye. So it's hard, but it's a sacrifice we're willing to make.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that even though you're missing all of those things, like your dream is just that important and what you're trying to accomplish. And who knows, maybe you will get to an end goal and maybe your family can come be with you or something, or
Yeah.
y'all will reunite more than you are currently.
Yes. Unfortunately, I have been fixing my mom's papers for like 4 years already,
Yeah.
and the process is so hard.
Yes.
Um, Harder than I thought. I've been like spending so much money on a lawyer,
Yeah, it's a
but
lot.
it's a lot. But I'm hoping. I dream of that day that we can reunite one day.
Yeah. Oh, I wish you luck with that. I think that's something that people are like, that people get so wrong when
Mhm.
they are talking about immigration, and people just don't understand the intensity and the
Mhm.
how crazy the process of trying to get your family to come over here can be. Not only is it hard in itself to like get the papers in order, but the
Yes.
expense. So not a lot of people can afford to even do it the proper way.
And I have a good job, and my sister helps me with that expense as well. But still, it's been 4 years of that expense,
Yeah.
and um, she got denied once. We're still trying again.
Yeah.
It's about never giving up,
Yeah.
but we'll see what happens. Um, we also come to the conclusion like if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And mom, if you want a vacation house, we can just buy you one, and we'll visit you every month.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes. Well, good luck with that. I really hope it works out. I do want to know, so you and your sister came together. Is your sister here in Texas or?
No, she just moved out of Hawaii. She's right now living in Oregon. She's
Okay.
an environmental engineer. I'm very proud of her too. We're
Yeah.
very close still. Also, like the immigrating us together was
Yeah.
like made us a lot closer.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for her. She was such a good role model for me. Even though she doesn't have my same name anymore, she just got
Mhm.
married last year.
Ooh, how exciting.
I was so lucky to grow up with her. I don't know if I could have had like a better sister than her.
Oh, stop. You're so sweet. I have to say, like, man, going back to just the inspirational part of it for me is like the STEM piece. Not only are you doing this, but your sister pursued, an education in
Uh huh.
STEM essentially,
Yeah.
right? And I guess I wonder, where does that come from? Like that interest in doing that type of job for you guys.
Yeah. Even though or that was very macho, he was very into STEM. Honestly, I could say like he's the smartest man I have ever met. And I work with like rocket scientists and stuff
Yeah.
like that because I work in aviation. But
Yes.
he's the smartest person I have ever met, and he was always fixing stuff. He was always like solving stuff at the house, like building stuff. Um, Even though he didn't want us to be in it, I don't know. Maybe it's like, oh, we want to be opposite of what he's gonna say.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
uh, Maybe it was that.
They take
But
his
that.
best qualities, right? Yeah.
Yes. No. Now we're like in a male field,
Uh-huh.
and we get to say no to men all the time. So I love it. No, yeah, I think he actually tried to have a construction company once, but
Mhm.
it failed. Even though he's one of the smartest persons I ever met, he's very lazy. um, and unfortunately, we don't hold a relationship anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it'll take time or anything, but I hope he's good. And I mean, even though everything we've been through with him, I love my dad.
Yeah.
You know, he had his issues,
Yeah.
and it's okay. I don't need to understand why he did things,
Yeah.
and I don't hate my male coworkers for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of girls portray that sometimes when they go through like domestic violence and stuff like that. They hate on other men.
Other men, right?
But no, I love my male mentors because that's what I have. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have other girl coworkers. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I have learned so much from them. Also, like they have inspired me so much in this field.
Yeah.
And I joined the Women in Aviation
Mhm.
Alamo team here in San Antonio, Texas, and they also have been like amazing mentors. One of them has been Olga Custodio, the first Latina woman in the U.S. Air Force,
Mhm.
um, and she has been such an inspiration as such a good mentor. Um, you know, she's like a trailblazer, and I hope I can be that one
Yeah.
day.
You already are. I mean,
Stop.
you
No,
really
well, like a
are.
historical
Oh,
one.
historical. Yeah, but this is where it starts. You're
Oh
doing the
yeah.
hard work and you said it yourself. You're in an industry where like you don't have any female coworkers. So it always starts with one and like you're the one right now. So not just like, I'm not just like feeding the ego. I'm being
I
serious,
know,
you know.
like these headphones are not gonna fit anymore.
No, I love it. This is so exciting. I can't say that like I do a lot of podcasts that I hope to inspire young kids, right? Because sometimes we talk a little crazy on here. But I do think like this one, if you have a daughter specifically, because we're talking about Latinas, right? If you have a daughter that's interested in STEM, like please watch this with her. Let her see that like you can do both, you know? You can be beautiful and you can be incredibly smart. So, thank you for sharing so much about your background. I know that you just recently, about a year ago, started sharing it, and it's probably still a little bit hard to talk about.
It is. It gets sometimes awkward, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
And you know, in pageantry, you have to be so fluent about it.
yeah,
But it's more about being proud and embracing your story instead of hiding it.
yeah,
And that has helped me so much. Thankfully, I've been so lucky at having amazing coaches that have helped me through that process. But it's about speaking really like what is it like
yes,
your life and not like saying what's perfect because imperfection is what inspires.
yeah. And I feel like too in that realm in pageantry, the judges can see right through, you know.
I've been a judge before too, and yes, I'm like, ugh, girl, don't tell me what I want to hear. Give
Yeah,
me
exactly.
personality.
Exactly. No, that's exciting that you got to have coaches to help you like open that up because who knows had you not,
You're
you'd
right.
be in a different situation right now, right?
Yeah, I maybe I would have like said what they want to hear,
Hmm.
and maybe I would have gotten stuck because when it's not true, you get stuck, and because
Exactly.
you're trying to memorize something
Remember.
that's
Yeah.
yes, that's not true.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, of course, in true fashion, she showed up like serving it all, right? Okay, so I do want to know though, so you've always loved, STEM. So what exactly did like
That
how did
long.
the pageantry come into play then? Because I noticed that you had a business
Uh-huh.
for accessories. Do you still have the business?
Yes, it's very low right
Yeah.
now. I'm very busy with the pageant stuff like right now and the book and work has me working 60 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have all that. I guess yeah, it started with the fashion. I love fashion, and
Yeah.
believe it or not, I was a tomboy before.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I used to not wear makeup or anything
Yeah.
until like I started working at a beauty store. It was vegan makeup or something like that. It was called Riley Rose
Okay.
in
Uh-huh.
La Cantera. And I would see all the girls wearing their makeup and stuff like that. I don't even know why they hired me if I didn't wear makeup. But we also did skincare. Maybe that's
That's
why.
why. Hmm.
Or the hair, the voluminous hair.
Your hair's great.
Yes, who knows why they hired me. But I'm very thankful for that because I don't know. They taught me a lot of tricks for makeup and stuff like that. And that's where it started, like my fashion. Um, and also, like my sister and I will always play the runway whenever we were like little kids,
Yeah.
and I mean Miss Congeniality. I guess there were like little things throughout my life that inspired the fashion thing.
Hmm.
Um, but I specifically did my accessory store to inspire more Latina culture in a more vibrant way because we see it very traditional here in San
Hmm.
Antonio, and I see the newer generations, the younger generations, not wanting to wear it, being maybe ashamed of their culture because it's not trendy.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I make it trendy and vibrant.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing right now, and hopefully next year it will launch a little more, maybe participate in more fashion shows. That's my make it more high fashion
Yeah.
rather than like pop-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
um and then I mean from there I thought like I'm a STEM advocate, so how am I gonna get more like out there with my platform and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I saw Miss Texas Latina. I'm like, pageants would be a good option to get my platform out there. I did not do it with the intention of winning because you
Hmm.
never know what happens.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you could, it's pageantry is so subjective. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I did it with just the intention of being more out there of my platform, showcasing my fashion, my business, and Miss Latina offers the unique opportunity of using your passions and interests of making like a positive change in your community as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is it. Like I'm gonna try for this pageant, and I won. But yeah,
I love that. Okay, so just on a whim is how you got into this then.
yeah. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I think God has a plan for us, and I think like I see it now. You know, I see how pageantry has helped me in so many ways, especially now that I'm studying to be a pilot. You
Hmm.
know, pageantry is not only about looking pretty; it's also like about doing healthier habits.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing to experience. I
Yeah.
wish I would have done it sooner, to be honest. But here we are now, and I don't know. Maybe I'll compete for another pageant later on, but for now, I'm gonna focus on this one.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you wanted to, keep going to higher levels, higher categories.
Mhm.
Of course, you're shoe in for all of it, right? A
Why
high
not?
villain.
Why not? It's a beautiful experience, and I would really encourage other girls to do it. Um, it's a lot better than Miss Congeniality movie.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
There's no guns or
Right? It's like that just ruined it for everyone, right? Such a good movie though, but no, I will say that so I have seen you out in the community, right? Like
Mhm.
doing your networking and just being a true advocate and representation of young women here in San Antonio. And you are like just even when she's just out interacting with people, the most polite, the most professional, like yeah, if I could, I have a 15-year-old, and
Oh
so
wow.
to see people like you doing the good work, trying to be a great role model, I'm like, I'm going to show my daughter this podcast, which I tell
Aw.
her never to watch it,
Oh,
but she can watch this one.
I appreciate that. No, I mean, um, I think what really makes you a queen is not the crown or the sash, is the way you treat others and
Mhm.
the impression that you make in them. Whether it's like inspiring them or encouraging them to do something and maybe get out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Um, I think everyone deserves also to be heard,
Mhm.
and that's why I'm very thoughtful whenever someone's sharing their story or something like that.
Yeah.
You never know what's behind there.
Yeah. Oh, You're so sweet.
Gracias.
Okay, so I know that you said you are studying to be a pilot. Is that your like ultimate goal as far as career goes?
Aviation will guide you in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can just plan so much ahead. I learned that throughout these years. And yes, I would love to be a pilot. I think it would be really cool being on the pilot seat.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's the ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to it for it to be,
Yeah.
but right now I just actually apply for a job, and it's like for selling airplanes, and that sounds like a really cool job
Oh
too.
yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
honestly, if I could do it all, I will.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, I do a lot of things. I mean, business owner, model, book author,
Yeah.
aircraft technician, and we'll see what's next.
This is just crazy. You've got a whole array of things that are coming your way, right? We'll just have to stay tuned into your socials to keep up with everything that happens. But I hope you get this job.
I know. I'm hoping. But you know what? If I don't get it, it's fine.
Yeah.
God has better things for me.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Barbara's adventures. I'm going to give you
Hmm.
one, and I'm going to hold one. This is just the cutest book ever. Did you ever think that you would be an author? No.
No. You know, I was like, how am I gonna reach kids that
Yeah.
are like? I do go talk to schools and stuff like that. However, I was like, I cannot go to every school in the United States,
Yeah.
or maybe I could try,
Yeah.
but you know. So I was like, I'm gonna write a kids book because my mom used to buy us bilingual kids
Yeah.
books, and I thought maybe my book could like reach a kid out there, maybe in
Yeah.
Mexico that's like dreaming about her American dream.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
my God.
tearing again.
I know. It's so good
um,
though.
but yeah, Barbara's Adventures. Well, first of all, in June, I was told I have low egg count. It's not impossible for me to have a baby,
Yeah.
but it is
Yeah.
harder. And I thought, well, I do want to leave a legacy. I'm not ready to be a mom.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, I'm gonna make a children's book, and this is gonna be my legacy.
Yeah.
Barbara would have been the name I would have picked if I would have had a daughter.
Oh my
So
goodness. Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. I'm like, wait, I was not prepared for all of
you're like, I
this.
should wear another mascara.
No, it's just that's just amazing. And yeah, what again, whatever is in your plan, God's plan for you, like whether it's a baby or not. This is your baby right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yes.
A very nice baby.
I know.
Lets me sleep at night. But yeah, Barbara is a little girl, and actually, what I love about my book is that every page has a meaning, from the characters to the scenarios to the props. They all have a meaning. That actually, um, it's Barbara's culture. Quetzalcoatl is from Mexico, so I was
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna put something Latino, and he symbolizes the ancestors of Barbara guiding her
Yeah.
through the journey.
Yeah.
So Barbara's a little girl that travels around Latin America and shows kids about aviation. She fixes her own plane. She's a pilot. I'm not a pilot yet, but I will be.
Yes, exactly.
And she travels with her best friend Coco, which is a Quetzalcoatl, and guides her through this journey, showing the kids about culture and all that stuff. Um, and I mean, I did it bilingual because I used to be. I mean, I still make people make fun of my broken English sometimes. It's fine. I'm like, there's so many Latinas out there embracing her accent.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I should do that too,
It's beautiful.
And
Like people are just so ugly sometimes, you
they're just
know?
jealous. They don't because they're so vanilla.
Yeah,
And
and they can't speak Spanish probably. So
that too, yes.
I guess I'm so the book is beautiful. Like it's colorful. Everything that you've kind of talked about shines a little bit in here, you
Yes.
know?
So well, yeah, Barbara, the name of the kid I would have, you know. And Quetzalcoatl, in one of the pages, he says, remember, I'll read a little part.
Yeah.
Let me start it on page. But as they flew, Barbara heard a strange noise coming from the propeller. Oh no, what is that? She exclaimed. I'm going to read it in Spanish.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
should I?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Pero mientras volaban, Bárbara escuchaba un ruido extraño proveniente del hélice. Oh no, ¿qué es eso? Exclamó. Coco pointed to an island in Costa Rica and said we should land there to figure it out. Coco señaló a una isla en Costa Rica y dijo, deberíamos aterrizar aquí para resolverlo. Barbara landed smoothly on the island. Together they began to troubleshoot the airplane to find the problem. Barbara aterrizó sin problema en la isla. Juntos comenzaron a solucionar el problema del avión. She grabbed her tools. Coco, can you help me open the car doors, please? Ella agarró sus herramientas. Coco, ¿me puedes ayudar a abrir las puertas del capo, por favor? She searched carefully but couldn't find the issue. Frustrated, she let out a sigh. Buscó cuidadosamente, pero no pudo encontrar el problema. Frustrada, dejó escapar un suspiro. Coco, Coco, with his ancient wisdom, reminded her, remember, Barbara, seek and you shall find. Coco, con su antigua sabiduría, le recordó. Recuerda, Bárbara, el que busca encuentra. Um, I picked this phrase because it's something that helped me a lot through my journey.
Mm-hmm.
My mom always tell me que el que busca encuentra. And it was like for me to never give up,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
It's not only about finding a problem, finding the problem and then solving it. It's about never giving up on even if it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So I picked that quote and it's something that I hope inspires other kids in a fun way. They end up finding a churro in the propeller. If it, spoiler alert, but
Oh, that's cute. Whose churro was it?
yeah. So Coco's a little obsessed with Coco's obsessed with churros. So watch out.
That's so cute. I can't wait to read this to my kids. Like, oh, I really love it. And listen, we have a lot of books in this house, and there's something about hearing straight from you, like all the love that you put into this, and I don't know, I just feel like it just makes it more special, being able to like talk with the author and learn that it wasn't just like there's just a lot of meaning and effort put into it, and it all kind of ties back to you. What a beautiful story, and I can't wait to read. And my kids love churros too, so
You're gonna have to buy some stuff after
I am,
eating.
yeah. I
Yeah.
am. No, I love it, and I do love that it's bilingual. And I don't know. I feel like some kid in Mexico is going to be able to read this and be so inspired by you.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, personally talking, since I was little, I had my American dream. Well, I guess like everyone has their own American dream,
right?
and I think I accomplished mine in my own way.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I hope like other kids could do that. And if I don't become a mom at birth, I think I would love to adopt
Yeah.
a kid from Mexico that has the same dream as me.
Yeah. And you know what is even more special about that? Like, if that is your journey and where you end up, right, with adoption, you have that experience to know what it was that you were trying to do when you were in that situation
Yeah.
and how it was being received. So, like, you know how to adapt to that, right?
Exactly. Be more patient and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just brings me back of all the families I was with, like literally.
Yeah.
I wish I would have been more open with them.
Yeah.
But like it was just so much going on for me, something so new. Um, and believe it or not, like even though like right now I have like 3 degrees and like, um, I'm like a successful person.
Yeah.
I was like such a bad kid in school.
Really?
Yes. Not um like grade wise,
Yeah.
like in school,
Mhm.
like I was not adjusting well to the language.
Yeah.
And I mean, up to this day, I still struggle a little bit with the language, but I think that's also one of the things like I inspired push this more.
Yeah.
Um, and also, I mean, I thought the reason why I did this book is because when I won Miss Texas Latina, I was like, how do I want to use my crown to
Yeah.
make an impact?
Mhm.
How can I reach more people? And I was like, oh, this book for sure would do that.
Yes.
Um, Even the airplane has so much meaning. So the Cessna 150M is the first airplane I have ever
Yeah.
worked in, and actually drove it as well. Almost crashed it, but my instructor was really scared of it.
No, this is really special. Yeah, and recently I know you had a book signing, and I know, so I saw it on social, and
Yeah, it's actually sold
that's
out.
good.
Yes. You know, I'm so involved in the community. I was like, I hope my community comes through.
Mhm.
Um, at the beginning, there were not a lot of people, so I was like a little nervous.
Yeah.
I had my best friend there, Mark. I mean, you know him. I
Yes,
think
he's
he's been in your
so
podcast
sweet.
before. Yes. So I was like, okay, well, if this is it, if it's just my best friend and well, we'll make the most out of it. But no, my community ended up showing up, and I'm so grateful for it. My book sold out. After that, I have like people reaching out. I mean, podcasts,
Yeah.
magazines, people that want to sponsor the book so we can like sell it. I'm actually going this upcoming Friday to a school to read it to kids.
I love that.
So it, it just it launched and everyone's going crazy with it right now.
Yeah, no, that's good. I hope that run out of copies and you have to reorder, you know?
Yes, that's a problem right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's a nice problem to have.
Yeah, it is, right? No, oh, little Barbara, I bet there are a lot of Barbaras in the world, and
Girl. So, okay, the launch was at Burgoteca. Also, shout out to Burgoteca. Thank you for helping me launch this book. It was very meaningful to do it somewhere that is very Latino inspired.
Mhm.
They actually have a alebrijes on the
Yes.
back, and I mean, Quetzalcoatl is actually an
Alebrije,
alebrije, so
yes.
it was perfect.
Yes.
I was like, yes, we have to do it there. Um, but where I forgot where was
I
it. Oh,
said the
Barbaras,
Barbaras, yeah.
Barbaras. Uh, the first book I sold at the launching, her name was Barbara, and she was not from from Texas.
Yeah.
She's like, I just came here to grab a coffee, and
Yeah.
I saw your banner, and oh my God, my name is Barbara,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'm pregnant, I'm gonna buy it for my kid. Actually,
Yeah.
like recently, like I had gone through a miscarriage,
Mhm.
so it's very meaningful to like see this,
Yeah.
and like because I share my story about, um, you know,
Oh,
about
you did. You or Barbara did?
Barbara did
Barbara
it,
did. I was
yes,
like,
and
wait,
no,
you?
no,
Okay,
no, no,
okay, okay.
yeah, she had a miscarriage, and
Yes, got it.
I told her about my story, and she's like, she started to cry and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
it was just like I was like, wow, it was meant to be. The
Mhm.
first person that bought the book, her name was Barbara.
Barbara. Yeah. Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, I hope a lot of Barbas see it and get inspired by it, whether it's the mom, the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And so I guess if anybody does want to purchase this, where can they?
They can go in Amazon. I will have a lot of book signings in Texas. I'm
Mhm.
hoping to do all around Texas. Go on a
Yeah.
tour. I'm actually gonna be in Revolution tour
Okay.
in September
Yes.
here in San Antonio and also in Los Angeles as a panelist. I
Nice.
will hope to have a lot of copies there.
Yeah.
Hopefully they all run out as well. I think they will.
I think so, and I think, like I said, the story behind Barbara's Adventures is like you don't need marketing to want make somebody want to buy this. Like just telling that story and sharing that, and hopefully maybe this podcast will help reach,
Thank
another
you.
audience because this makes me want to support. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
thank you.
yeah, you
Yes.
sharing about it makes me just want to support, and yeah, and everybody needs books. Like we don't read enough anymore, guys.
Yeah, it's a very heavy ring. No, but also, I mean, I did do this book for kids.
Mhm.
However, I do know a lot of adults that are trying to learn English.
Yes.
So, I hope they don't get embarrassed with this book. Try to read it to your kid. Uh, or maybe if you're trying to learn Spanish the other way.
That's what it is, and that's why I like to buy bilingual books because then I practice my Spanish and read it to them. And I am not fluent at all, but I can
What?
understand. Yeah, I just
Uh-huh.
can't like carry a full conversation. So, but yeah, I think it works both ways for sure.
Yes, and so I hope like adults also like do it for themselves. I know
Yeah.
it has like characters, but like also like whenever I came a little older to the
Mhm.
U.S., um, I was reading kids book. I started
Yeah.
with kids books, so um, I hope one day I can like collaborate with my favorite author when
Uh-huh.
I forgot. It was Casa the Orange House or something like that. I had to look it up.
Uh-huh.
I also need to send one to my ESL teacher, Miss San Miguel. I
Yes.
hated her at first because she was very strict, but now we're like best friends, and we always talk in Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that I had her as a teacher. She was so rough, but
Yeah.
like sometimes that's what you
You
need.
need, yes.
Um, I mean, I hated the language when I came here. I was like so used to Spanish. We're like, why do I have to try to learn it?
Yeah.
Why cannot everyone just learn
Spanish.
Spanish? But no, it ended up working out. Now, like that has helped me. It became a tool in the workforce as well. So I hope like people also see that as a tool and get inspired to learn like either Spanish or English.
Yeah. I guess, so when you did come over here, did you know any English or it was all Spanish?
I only knew Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so hard. It took me a lot of years to learn it. I think like maybe even in college
It was a little rough.
it was a little rough. Like you have to write big essays, and my
Yeah.
English was still not the best
Yeah.
yet. Um, I was like, how did I get a full scholarship?
Yeah. No.
No, yeah, and like actually, my first boyfriend was here in the U.S. in Hidalgo, Texas,
Mhm.
and he only talked English. Well, he was like a Nosao kid.
Yeah.
And we had a really hard time communicating. I'm like, oh my god, I feel so bad for him. We always get into fights and we were like, wouldn't know what we were saying.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
but I'm like, now I can speak it.
Yeah, well, and I think like even those little instances probably helped you become more fluent and learn it, you
You're right,
know?
yeah.
Like just having they say like even when you're trying to learn Spanish, I know they say like watch everything on TV in Spanish so that you like just
You're
immerse
right.
yourself in it. Listen to Spanish music. I'm like I've listened to Spanish music my whole life, but I still don't know it. So I can sing it. I
But
know
you
all the
understand
lyrics
it, so
and yeah.
it's part of it. It's part of it. I think one of the bands that helped me a lot learning English was Iron Maiden. I don't know if you know them.
Iron
It's
Maiden?
like
Is it
Iron Maiden.
rock?
Yes.
Oh,
It's like
really?
all rock.
Yeah.
Yes, I really love them. And actually, the singer is such a coincidence. Like he's a pilot.
Oh,
So yeah,
really?
they have their own plane and all that stuff. And actually, when I was going through college for aviation,
Yeah.
they end up being in the same airport because we are connected to Millionaire.
Okay.
So they were parked there, and I was like walking by, and I was like, "That's my favorite, one of my favorite bands." And I saw their private jet. They were going to Mexico and
Yeah.
had the Iron Maiden thing, and then the Mexican flag. So it
Yeah.
was like it was like a milestone for me.
It's like little signs all over, right?
You're right. Yes, it's uh, my. I don't know. My life is like a little novela.
I love it. No, I love it. Listen, you're gonna be flying Iron Maiden's private jet for them.
Yes, one day.
We're gonna get you connected. Let's see. I have some rapid fires that I want to go through with you because I promised her that we couldn't invite you, Mark, because this would go for 2 hours. I said,
Oh yeah, he's a japper.
I love him though. He's
Oh
so
yeah, I know.
sweet.
I
Yeah,
love him
the
too.
best personality. But I was like, I will keep you at an hour. Okay, so let's do just a little bit of rapid fire questions. Okay, lipstick or hairspray? Can only have one.
Lipstick.
Lipstick.
Sometimes I don't need the hairspray to keep it up. It's just like I don't know. It goes like that.
You have really good hair. Yeah, I'm like,
Thank
it's so
you.
voluminous.
But it was not always like that.
Really?
So when my parents were going through the divorce, I colored it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would express myself with my hair.
Yeah.
um,
Like colorful, colorful?
oh yeah, girl, I did
Really?
a lot of, I don't know, all the colors, I think. I did all the colors. I cannot, oh, I didn't do red or green.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that later. No, I think I'm done with that phase.
Yeah.
But no, I did every haircut you could think, like scene hair and stuff like that. I did my
Really?
hair half color as well and half black.
So
And
you were an emo kid.
yes, a scene kid,
Oh,
yes.
what is it? What's the thing? Eres emo? Have you seen those things?
Oh,
The music,
oh yeah.
the novela where it's like Eres emo, and then they're like,
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're funny. No, I mean, yes, I was an emo kid, I
I
guess.
mean,
A
I was
gothic
too.
kid.
I was too. I didn't do the hair colors. I was what you would
Did you have
call
your hair like all
the
up in your
bang was
face?
all like you could only see one eye because it was, I went through that phase too.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, okay. So you said lipstick. All right. Window or aisle seat in a plane?
Mm, mm, mm. I'll see.
Aisle seat, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I don't like to sit on the window that much. I mean, yes, you have like something to rest your head on, but I don't really like to sit on the window because I always find something wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like there has not been a time I haven't seen something where I'm like,
You're like, I'm not comfortable.
yes.
That's funny. So you're looking out and not finding the beauty. You're like examining the plane.
Yes, I'm like, oh, never mind. I tried to keep it down, but
Down.
then the next person wants to open it. I'm like, are you sure?
Do you want me to tell you what's wrong out there?
Exactly.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that.
Uh,
Aisle seat. Mine is like I like aisle because
oh,
then you don't have to bug somebody to go to the bathroom or anything. Yeah.
yes. Honestly, it kind of is nerve wracking because every time I get into a plane, like I don't know how, but I pass out, like I sleep, I fall asleep. So I'm
Oh
like,
yes.
I'm a little
Uh-huh.
nervous when I become a pilot. I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah, well, so I feel like I always joke that a hidden talent of mine is being able to fall asleep anywhere, but a plane nap, like, so good.
oh
My
yeah,
husband won't go to sleep the whole plane ride, but like I'm like out. I'm not watching a show or listening. I'm go to
yeah, no.
sleep.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh my god, and maybe it's the white noise or something. I
Maybe,
don't
yeah.
know what. Well, but let's hope that doesn't happen when I'm a pilot.
It won't. Mm-mm. No.
Autopilot.
Okay. Okay, if you had to pick one, do you like a pool or the beach?
Cool.
A
I don't
pool.
like the beach that much. I know River's Adventures, but um, yeah, because the sand. I don't know. Although when I went to Puerto Rico, those are the most beautiful islands I have ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have yet to see more, but
Yeah.
um, so far those are like the most beautiful I've seen. And I had never submerged my face in like the beach water, but
Yeah.
there I did, and it was really nice.
Yeah. I mean,
It was in Culebra actually. So
uh,
if you can't, it's like a hidden island in Puerto Rico. So not so hidden anymore.
I know, right? You're telling everybody
And I'm
now.
like, go to Culebra. Now
Yeah.
that I feel like they should showcase them more to bring more tourism. I know some of them don't like it,
Yeah.
but I think it will help them a lot economically wise.
Yeah. Okay,
So I
so
don't
I
know.
gotta book a trip there then.
Oh yes, you help the community. You gotta help the community.
Yeah. Okay, playlist or podcast? So like, are you more of a music person or you like listening to podcasts?
It just depends on the mood, I
Yeah.
guess.
Hmm.
Yes, it just depends on the mood, but I am mostly listening to
Music.
music. It
Hmm.
keeps me awake more,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah, sometimes a podcast is white noise too, and I'm like, you know.
yeah. Like the people, like there's always like some thought I would be like, oh, you know what? But it's also to be like a little controversial. So,
Hmm.
I do like to hear a lot of podcasts in Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Because I still think in Spanish.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like processing like sometimes when like people talk or when I speak, I'm like, what's that word?
Yeah, yeah.
But I like to hear like podcasts that are for like entrepreneurs, especially
Yes.
from Carla Cantu, I think that's her name, or Carla Huerta. Carla Huerta, that's her name, and she has a similar story than mine.
Yeah.
And I hope I can meet her. But like she's such an inspiring person. Like she's an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. She owns like a lot of businesses, and I think she has been in Shark Tank too. So
Really?
yes, I hope one day to like meet her, be like collaborator. I don't know. We'll see.
You got to just start putting that out there. Like, start tagging her, and
Yeah, we're
she'll.
gonna tag her to
Yeah.
this.
Okay, so text or call?
Lately, it has been called
Call.
because I just don't have time to text, and I'm not
Yes.
the best driver. I mean, I'm do not text to drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, yeah.
I don't text and drive.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't. No, yeah, it's for me it's better. Also, like the tone,
Mhm.
expression, all that stuff is faster. Um, yeah. Although when you do text, I feel like if I don't remember something,
It's good to have it there.
yes, like I can just look back and be like, oh, that's the time you said.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I had to
Oh,
text her, hey,
yeah.
what time did we say?
Yeah. That's true. You can go back and look, but I do a phone call, like it just feels faster. And sometimes I'll read a text and then I forget to, I'm really bad about
Uh-huh.
like responding. I'll think that I responded and I go back and I'm like, I never told her a time.
Oh,
Or,
no,
you
no, no,
know?
no. I think we said it in person.
Yeah.
That's why, I was like, I think when the last time I saw you at the pre-launch for
Yeah.
Rev Tour. So,
Hmm.
are you gonna be there?
Yeah. Yeah. No. I
Good.
mean, I'll definitely go for sure, but yeah, I'm excited to see what that turns out to be. And hopefully it'll
Yes,
just grow if it comes back,
it's
you
something
know?
new that they're bringing to San Antonio, and I love it because they're showcasing the talents of Latinos. And
Hmm.
um, what I love the most about being Latina is having the community that helps and cheers you out. When I came to San Antonio, I didn't know anyone. I felt so alone.
Yeah.
So having a Latino community back me up and cheer for me was like so empowering.
Yeah.
Like I started salsa dancing, and that little group became my family.
Yeah.
And we do not only like dance, we share our stories, how we came to the United States, and I
Hmm.
can talk Spanish with them because I still get a little homesick,
It's like
sometimes.
comforting, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. No, that's good. I'm glad that San Antonio has been that community for you. And what I've learned is like for so many years we've had Fiesta, right? Like everybody loves Fiesta here.
Hmm.
But I think that there are more opportunities that have been coming recently to our city. And people are really enjoying that. Like you see them show up and get excited about it. So Rev Tour specifically for, I mean, it's open to anybody, but to highlight the Latino community here is going to be just something so awesome. It's just another, I am thinking of it as like another small little fiesta event where you don't have to wait till the next
Oh
spring,
yes.
you know, like
No, yes, and they also will have like kids activities there, so I think it'll be like even better
yeah.
fiesta.
Yeah, fiesta's all about like the,
Mm,
the
yeah,
party part. It's
it's
geared
about fiesta.
it's geared towards the adults, I'd say,
Yes,
so
and like here is more about empowerment. They're gonna have a group of panelists actually, and a lot of music. More than anything, they will be showcasing, like you said, or like Latino culture here in
yeah.
San Antonio. And I mean, San Antonio is like very strong in Latino
Oh
culture.
yeah, I know.
I'm
I
s- yes, I'm so glad like we're definitely like doing something like this now.
Yeah, I am too, and I will say that when I was at that event, one of the things that the organizer, I forget his name, it's
Rafael.
Rafa, right?
Yes.
Rafael, Rafa. He uh he said that he was thinking about bringing it to Texas, and he was asking people where should I have it, and they were like Dallas
Bigger.
because it's bigger and that's where the money is. And then other people would say Austin because all the events are in Austin, but
Hmm.
that's kind of a downfall because it's so saturated with
Oh
events.
yeah.
And one person that he spoke with, he said, told him San Antonio because you're not going to get the culture of, what it is to be in a Latino community if you do it anywhere else but San Antonio. So it's part of like I mean, there's a lot of pride here, and
Yes.
I do love that. I would say it's a very different to LA culture, but like the pride that comes
Yeah.
with a Latino community, you kind of like it's similar in that aspect.
I definitely agree. San Antonio has been so good to me. Thank you, Texas, for welcoming me into like the U.S.
Hmm.
Um, Texas has done so much for me, but San
Yeah.
Antonio, it has made me feel a little less homesick.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, it was like a less. game changer. Like I feel more comfortable
Yeah.
learning English and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I know their city's gonna grow a lot more in this few years. I think there's gonna be a lot coming this upcoming years. So we'll see and hope for the best.
Yeah, we'll do some more check-ins once September rolls
Oh
around. So
yes.
on the event. Okay, so you mentioned earlier, I think I know the answer to this one, but driver or passenger?
Mm, passenger.
Passenger?
Yes, I mean it's because whenever I'm passenger, I can work on my
Yeah.
content. I can study. I can, you know. But I did like being the pilot. So it just depends if
It
it's a
depends.
car or an
Yeah.
airplane.
Okay, dine in or dine out?
um, lately dine in
Hmm.
because I meal prep and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So they meal prep for me. I buy my meal preps. I
Yeah.
said it from meal prep 210. I think I just started like purchasing from them,
Yeah.
and they've been so good.
Yeah.
They're not customized to me to my what I'm supposed to be eating, but it's really healthy and like I have such a good metabolism, so it's like not needed for me to follow that plan,
Yeah. Hmm.
according to my coach. So, Coach Aaron, you've been amazing as well.
I love it. Okay, but at least, I mean, she likes to eat at home.
Yeah.
Okay, TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram. I mean, TikTok is addictive.
Oh, I know.
It's
Yeah.
very addictive. It doesn't let me progress. I unfortunately only have TikTok because Miss Texas Latina. But once that's gone, I'm gonna sell my phone because I think you cannot download it anymore, right?
There it's like in limbo every now and then. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm just gonna sell my phone because I think they were going for like $1,000 if
Yeah.
you have TikTok downloaded.
Sell it and
I'm
get a new one. Yeah.
yeah, because it's too addictive for me. I need to be on the go. Like I
Yeah.
cannot be like watching my phone all day.
Yeah.
And it's fun though. I love to see all the TikToks. The voiceovers are my favorite. But Instagram, my final question, my own stage question
Yeah.
was, um, how would you like your community to be remembered for? And
Mm-hmm.
I said, for helping each other out.
Hmm.
I think we can really use social media to feed through this.
Yeah.
So social media is a good platform, especially Instagram nowadays. Like I see a lot of community involvement in Instagram mostly,
Yeah.
rather than other platforms. So I used to actually never use Instagram before Miss Texas Latina.
Really?
So this has been a game changer too for that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely will continue to use my Instagram after the
Hmm.
pageant to like make a positive change in my community.
Yeah, no, I do. I do feel like there is a difference in the two platforms and what you get. I feel like TikTok is, they call it doom scrolling where you just like,
Yeah.
but Instagram, I do see a lot of community effort, community connection, and it also just helps me, even though I've lived here my whole life, like I get to explore San Antonio in parts of it that I
Uh
never
huh.
even knew were there because of
Feature
social media.
restaurants and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's good. It really does boost the economy and creates connections. So yeah, I'm glad that you're on it. Okay, let's see. Favorite movie?
Ooh. Ooh. Um, I think it will have to be Star Wars, the first one, where like Darth Vader is a kid,
Mm-hmm.
because it really reminds me of my journey.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Darth Vader. um, I'm such a geek. I'm sorry.
No, I love it though, because like you would never
Like,
think like
yeah,
Iron
beauty
Maiden,
queen.
Star Wars. I love this for you.
Yes, because you would never think, don't judge a book by his cover, except this one.
Exactly.
But no, yeah, and I always cry. There's has not been a time I haven't cried with that movie,
Really?
because he's saying bye to his mom,
Hmm.
and um, they dream about coming back together one day.
Yeah.
But he has to follow this journey, so he has to make the sacrifice to uh do what's meant for him.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
God, you're talking
God.
about it.
Oh, I this
Oh.
surprises me so much, but I mean, the explanation makes so much sense.
Yeah, I
Look
mean,
at
you have to
you.
watch after this.
I
We're watching
know.
it.
Yeah, I know. I need to get you a
Ah,
tissue. I'm sorry.
yeah.
No, not the
It's
pants.
black. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Oof.
Stop. I'm like, no
Oh my
wonder,
god.
no wonder you won. Like, you're awesome. Oh my
Thank you.
goodness.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
let's
you.
see. Like, keep coming. Okay, so favorite song or artist? We said
Ooh.
Iron Maiden. So what's your current favorite song, I
Hmm. I have a different song every day.
guess?
But right now is can I pull out my phone? I forgot the
Yes,
name.
yes.
I'm telling you, it's like every En Privado by Javi Emanuel Turizo. It's a bachata song.
Oh,
I love
okay.
to dance salsa and bachata.
Yeah.
And actually, I used to be more a bachatera than salsera, but I feel like I'm becoming more a salsera now.
Okay.
And I like this one a lot. It doesn't have like a lot of meaning, but it's just very fun. And um, but if you had to ask me like something I would use like in every pose,
Hmm.
like favorite song, it'll be "Part of Me" by Katy Perry because she's like, "This is the part of me that can never
Oh,
take away from
yeah.
me,"
Yes. Uh-huh.
and this is my part of me that you
Yeah.
can never take away from me. It's something like
Oh.
meaningful. Actually, I played it like 5 times on the way over here from Houston because I was at Miss
Oh,
Texas
yes.
USA
Uh-huh.
before this.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Katy Perry, we're shouting you out. I feel like, you know what, with the outfit and everything, you would be so cool to see on like Dancing with the Stars.
Eh, we're gonna tag them as well.
I know, right? We're just gonna get all of these opportunities out of this for you. No, but you
Eh,
would. I'm like, look, you've got like the good little salsa pants on. I love
I know
it.
it looks like a skirt, but like they're
Their
pants.
pants, they're so cute. Okay, so Part of Me by Katy Perry. All right. What are you watching right now?
Mm. I like novelas a lot. So I'm rewatching Teresa because sometimes we forget the Teresa in us. No, no. I love that one, and I'm also watching Lo que la vida me robó because the I don't know if you've seen it.
Mm-mm.
Uh, the protagonist's name is Montserrat.
Mm.
My middle name is
Yeah.
Montserrat,
Mhm.
and she has a brother. Her brother reminds me a lot of my brother.
Mhm.
Um, and just like I love novelas. I don't know the voluminous hair, the glam,
Yeah.
the drama, because there's no drama in my life. Well, I guess there is, but like it's very controllable.
Yeah, yeah. You're
um, and yeah, I hope to one day actually to be in a novela. That's one, also like a bucket list
Yeah.
item.
I can see it happening for
Yeah, the
sure.
hair. Like yeah, I was in Spain and like everyone was like, "Oh my god, your hair is like a novela hair," and I'm like, "Ah,
It
gracias."
is. It really is. I'm like admiring your curl just stays in place. My hair could never. It just like
I so we're tying Telemundo. No,
all of them. We're just gonna have all of these ats on my
yes, actually,
poster.
Telemundo is one of the sponsors for Miss Texas Latina. So
Yeah.
hopefully maybe I don't know, like something will come out there, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I feel like that's how all of the opportunities arise for people these days. Is like it's you make one connection and then
You're
doors just
right.
start opening. So
Like this.
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I love this. Okay, so you're watching novellas. I think you kind of touched on this a little bit. I had what's your life motto? You said seek and you will
Fine.
find, right? Seek and you will
Yes,
find.
I mean I do like that one a lot. It has helped me a lot through my journey.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think that would be it. Also, our motto or slogan for Miss Texas Latina is more than a model, a role model. So
Oh.
every time like I'm judging something that I'm like, should I not do it? I think about that
Yeah.
more than a model, a role model. So
Yeah.
really want to shoot to be that slogan.
Yeah.
I am that slogan.
You are. I mean,
Yeah.
you are. That's amazing. That's like powerful though, you know?
Yeah, no, because I do modeling and stuff like that, but like when little girls, because I also model with teens, they're modeling like teen clothes and stuff
Oh,
like
yes.
that, and
Mhm.
they're always like, "Oh, hi, you're so pretty." Blah, blah, who are you? Like, I love it because I see myself in them. Their
Yes.
eyes are sparkling. They're just like looking to me, and I'm just like, oh, this is me, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and they get so inspired, and like then they start competing for Miss Teen Texas Latina, or they start to get out of their comfort zone some other ways. So
Yeah.
it's really nice a slogan to have and
Yeah.
to represent it.
You should be so proud of yourself.
And thank you.
I hope you are. I feel I sometimes I say this when I do these podcasts. Is like I'll meet somebody and connect with them, and even though we just had like an hour long conversation, and I don't know you
Has
that
it been?
well, it
Oh
doesn't feel
my
like it,
god,
but
no.
like I feel I'm so proud of you, like and it's the weirdest thing because I'm like. I don't, obviously, we don't know each other that well, but I feel like I've known you forever.
Thank you. You're very kind. I mean, I think it's very important to support other Latina women, each
Hmm.
other. Just support other women in general, to be
Yes,
honest. But
yeah.
like, it's stronger for sure when it comes from your same culture because
Hmm.
we do get sometimes categorized in some kind of way as
Yes.
Latina woman, you know, as like the well-behaved woman that you should be.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I think it's good to break that stereotype and be
Yeah.
this powerful woman that's part of her community and
Hmm.
empowers others, not only Latinas, but like others in her community.
Yeah. No, for sure. And just standing and just I guess really like chasing your dream, you know? Because a lot of times
Yes.
it feels like women and Latina women get put into a bubble
Mm-hmm.
and you're told you shouldn't do this or you can't do that or you have to do it this way or you're
Be
dressed
quiet or
be
like.
quiet, you're dressed too sexy, you can't do that while
Mm-hmm.
doing this like and I just feel like we can't push back on those narratives enough, you know?
Yeah.
And so just by being what being
It,
you.
it takes one woman to
Yeah.
change another one,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like one spoiled apple can spoil another rotten apple.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't call it rotten, but if
There's
they want to call it that, then we're all rotten.
if the apple fits.
Yes.
Okay, and I have to ask because it wouldn't be me if I didn't ask. Describe your perfect date.
I know you want to see April 25 because it's not too cold, not too hot. I even remember, I was actually I'm going out with this guy, and I'm like, if we get married, we better get married in April 25 because it's not too cold, not too hot.
I love it.
But no, a perfect date. Um, I love quality time. I'm a
Hmm.
very romantic person, and it wasn't until this year that I really feel like I deserve to be loved. So it's just quality time, something very romantic.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm very focused this year, like in growing myself.
Hmm.
So it's hard to see that, especially because like like a couple months ago, also my ex passed away.
I'm so sorry.
So it was really hard. Um, but he was also like very bad to me, and at the beginning, it felt like I was blaming myself a lot for
Yeah.
that. But no one could stop cancer. He passed away from cancer.
I'm so
Um,
sorry.
you know, things happen very recent,
Yeah.
and oh, I feel so bad for him, but it's something that we have to go through.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, like, I think it's very hard to not repeat old patterns, right?
Mm.
And so just you being cognizant of that and knowing, like, you know what? Maybe that wasn't the best for me.
Mhm.
And being able to admit, like, you're focused on working on yourself
Mhm.
and you're doing so much. So, like,
Yeah,
just you
there's no time for boy drama.
no, no time for
No,
boy
yeah.
drama.
Maybe God give me that life also to recognize those signs
Yeah.
as well. Um, Not only to empower others, but also like to recognize those signs. I hope to one day be talking to like a domestic violence shelter or something like that.
Hmm.
I do volunteer with the shelter sometimes,
Yeah.
so I hope to like guest speak with one of them, but I think I'm still not on that comfort zone yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I think that my story sometimes is not strong enough for those people because they have gone through like so much worse.
Mm.
I mean, I went through a lot, but like I know that
Yeah.
someone's gone through like probably worse than me. Um,
And that
yeah,
could be true, but I don't think that you can share your story enough. I think it doesn't, mm,
yeah, definitely. It's
you
not a
know,
competition who has like
yes,
suffer more or
more
whatever.
trauma,
Yes,
right?
right. No,
Yeah,
um, it's more about empowering each other. But like
exactly.
you're in another room with like someone that has gone through more, so
Yeah.
it's like it's hard to be
To feel
that.
comfortable to, yeah.
Yes. So I still had to work on that. I just started talking about my story too. So I had to build up on it. For now, I'm not built on my STEM
Yeah.
advocate for my STEM field, um, and it's something I'm very passionate about.
Yeah.
So
Listen, you have touched on like an array of things today. And going back to how I started this, like a complete look at, but like we peek behind the curtain, right? And I started this episode by saying most of the time people think that people in the beauty pageant industry are just like all surface. But if you're so a great person, a great personality, you've overcome so much and you are just really being a pioneer in the local Latina industry pursuing STEM education and just being more open, about everything you've been through. So, thank you so much for sharing.
no, thank you for having me
Yeah.
here. To showcase Latina women because I
Hmm.
am representing not only such a great state like Texas, but also Latinas and the Latino
Hmm.
community. The 13-year-old me that crossed the border who had never thought I should be representing Latinas in Texas. And hopefully in the U.S., I'll be competing July 30, actually, the day of my birthday.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's a happy birthday.
Yeah.
But if not, like I said, if God wants it to be, if not, He has better things for me.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see. Where can we watch this on?
Yes, for now, just follow Miss Texas USA and Miss Texas Latina, Miss TX Latina,
Mhm.
and Miss USA Latina, and
Mhm.
we'll like launch that information for you. If not, you can go see us in Miami in July 30. You're like,
I
okay,
know, I'm like,
I'm just
let's
gonna go
go.
support you.
I know.
No, yes, it's a Wednesday. So it'll be a little hard to get people in there,
Yeah.
but I'm very excited to be competing and showcasing my platform.
Yeah. Oh, how exciting. Well, I wish you nothing but the best. All the luck. Let's sell out her book
Again,
and you are going to be the next Miss U.S.
USA.
Latina,
Yes.
right? I love this. Remind people, where can they follow your personal platform?
Yes, my Instagram is Allegra Allegra _Monserrat Monserrat. Spelling bee queen.
I
No,
love
and
it.
you can also follow Miss TX Latina in Instagram. We also have a TikTok, and yeah, you can follow those handles for now.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Allegra, for being here. It's been a true joy. Again, we'll be following your journey, but if you've made it this far, which again, I know you did because she's so interesting, make sure that you give this a like, leave a comment, and then go back and watch all of the previous episodes. And most of all, make sure that you follow her because that's all this is what Lady on the Street is all about. It's just really peeking behind the curtain, getting to know somebody a little bit more, and then supporting them. So, thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back with another episode next week. Bye.
Bye.